Hello everyone, how are you? So I welcome you in the fourth part of the video of chapter number 1 from economics of class 9th, that is the story of village Palampur. So here in this part of that video we are going to discuss about the sustainability of the land. That is the third important aspect of farm production activities. Now here a question arises there, that is will the land sustain with the use of those modern farming methods and increasing population? Will the land sustain? Let's see. Land being a natural resource, it is very necessary to be careful in its use because we cannot create the land. Though some exceptions are there with Saudi Arabia, you will quote against this statement that we cannot create the land, but that is not the answer of this thing, that we cannot create the productive land. If we destroy this land, definitely we have to sacrifice so many things. The scientific reports indicate that the modern farming methods have overused the natural resource base. Right now we are talking about the creation of land, means we cannot create the land for agriculture. We cannot produce any crops out of that. Agriculture is very important economic activity to meet the demands of food of human beings on earth's surface. So land is a natural resource, so we have to be very careful about the use of that particular natural resource. In many areas, green revolution is associated with the loss of soil fertility due to increased use of chemical fertilizers. So green revolution, you must know about that. In 1960s, when our government of India started a movement regarding the increase of farm production, so they started using of HYV seeds with the help of irrigation and chemical fertilizers and pesticides and many other things. Definitely we achieved the goal of producing more and more farm production, but on the other side we have some drawbacks and limitations of those use of HYV seeds and pesticides and fertilizers. That is the harmful effects of those fertilizers and insecticides and pesticides on the land which is under cultivation. And also the continuous use of groundwater is very harmful. We have seen through some reports that in some areas the underground water table has depleted. The underground water resources are very important resources for fresh water after rainfall, but that underground water is being used for cultivation in irrigation. So due to that continuous and without any judicious parameters, the underground water table regularly is being depleted. So all the depletion of this underground water table and the degradation of the land due to use of more HYV seeds, fertilizers and pesticides, insecticides, weedicides, rodenticides, that environmental degradation is the result of that activity. So now we have to take care of all such activities which we are doing in agriculture, because once the land is destroyed or degraded, very long period it will take to reconsolidate or recapture all such qualities of land. So we have to take care of the environment to ensure the future development of the agriculture. So now in this field, in this picture 1.1, you can see that Palampur village is having this distribution of cultivated land. Some people have very large size of farms and some people have very small size of fields. So this is way you can understand the cultivation of land in village Palampur. The next topic is how is land distributed between the farmers of Palampur. That is discussed also with the help of this picture number 1.5. So you must have realized that how important land is for farming. Now 450 families are there who are landless, and 150 families, most of them are Dalits, have no land for cultivation. So in the previous information regarding Palampur, we have gone through that in Palampur about 1/3 of the 450 families are landless. Means total 450 families are there, and out of those total 450 families, 1/3 means 150 families are landless. So remember this, how many families are landless? 150 families are landless. Even these families do not have any land for cultivation. Of the remaining families, mean 300 families who own the land, out of 300, 240 families cultivate small plots of land and less than 2 hectares, means the size of the land which is owned by 240 families is less than 2 hectares. Now cultivation of such plots does not bring adequate income to the farmer's family. Only 2 hectares of land they have, and that is not enough to meet the demands or requirements of the family of the farmer. So now remaining, how many families are remaining? 60 families are remaining. Now you are going to know about those 60 families of medium and large farmers. These are having more than 2 hectares of land. Understand? So a few of the large farmers have land extending over 10 hectares of land. Means out of these 60 families, a few farmers are there which own more than 10 hectares. Means the distribution of land in Palampur village among the farmers is unequal. Some farmers are very rich, they have more than 10 hectares of land. Some farmers are medium farmers which own 2 hectares of land, and 1/3 families are very poor. Those do not own any piece of land. So with the help of this picture 1.6, you can see how the work is done in the fields. One question may be asked on the basis of that picture, that is called picture analysis. Work on the fields includes wheat crop, plowing by bullocks, this is plowing by bullocks, and spraying of insecticides, that farmer is spraying the insecticides in the fields to protect the crop from the insects. Cultivation by traditional methods. This is the traditional method of sowing the seeds. And cultivation by modern methods. This is the cultivation of the fields with the modern methods, like farmer is using tractors and cultivators. And cutting of crops. Now you are watching this picture, and this picture is containing different farm activities, nothing else. Now we have come to the distribution of cultivated area diagram. The two pie charts are given, and this pie chart may be given in your examination and questions may be asked on that basis. So you have to understand that marginal and small farmers are shown with the purple color, and medium and large farmers are shown with the pink color. So you can understand that medium and large farmers are having this land, and 85% of the area is covered by medium and large farmers, and cultivated area is 55.4% is covered by marginal and large small farmers, and only 44.6% cultivated area is under medium and large farmers. So you can understand this diagram, and some questions may be asked. Now the next topic is, who will provide the labor in the farms? Who will provide the labor? Definitely from the village, from the neighboring villages, or from the neighboring town. The labor can be provided. Now let's see what is given for farm activities of Palampur. After land, labor is the next necessary factor for production, as we have discussed in the second video of this chapter, that land, labor, fixed capital or working capital, and human capital, these are the important factors of production. So right now we are going to discuss about the second one, that is labor. So small farmers along with the family members cultivate their own fields. Thus they provide the labor required for farming themselves. Now we have come to the answer of the question, that in small farmers families, they themselves provide the labor, means they do not hire the labor. But large farmers, they do not do the farming activities themselves, they hire the laborers from the village itself. The people who are landless, they work as the farm laborers. So now the medium and large farmers hire farm laborers to work on their fields. Now landless families or the families cultivating small plots of land work as the laborers. Unlike farmers, farm laborers do not have a right over the land or crops grown on the land, because they are doing their labor work only. They do not own the land. They do not own the crop produce also. They are paid some wages in terms of cash or in terms of some kind. Kind means some crop produce. Like if the farmers are doing the cultivation of wheat, so after the harvesting, the laborers may be provided their wages in terms of amount of wheat, and some cash is also provided to them. So instead of they are provided wages by the farmers for whom they work, wages can be in cash or kind. I have explained this thing. So now you have to understand that employment is temporary. Anytime they can be removed from the work, or other people can be hired for the farm labor if they find them in less wages. So small farmers do the labor work themselves. Large farmers hire their laborers from the village themselves, but these laborers do not own the crop produce, they are paid in cash or in kind. So now data is landless. Now you are going to see one example from this story of Dala and Ramkali. So you can study the situation, the how farmers and laborers are related to each other and how they are paid. So now next topic is the capital needed in farming. As you know, capital are of two kinds, fixed capital and working capital. The first point is most small farmers have to borrow money to arrange for the capital because they are small farmers, less than 2 hectares of land they cultivate, and they do not have enough money to invest in their fields, so that's why they borrow money to arrange for the capital. They borrow from large farmers or the village money lenders. Money lenders means the people who provide money on interest basis. They charge some amount of interest while they provide money as a loan. Or the traders who supply various inputs for cultivation, like mandi persons or some kind of implement persons or agricultural implements or tools or machines they provide, they are called traders. So the small farmers borrow the money from large farmers, the money lenders and the traders. The rate of interest on such loans is very high, and they are put to great distress to repay the loan. Means it is very difficult for the small farmers to repay that loan easily, because sometimes many problems they face and they may take another loan to repay the previous loan. So this leads to a cycle of loans. Every time the small farmers take a loan from some traders, some money lenders or some large farmers to repay the previous loan. So in this way, the small farmers always trapped in a cycle of loans that is called debt trap. So in this way you have seen that capital is needed. Definitely the large farmers have enough capital to arrange all such implements and working and non-working capitals, because they have large field, they have more fields and their income is very high, so they can use that income as an input for the next cropping system, and they can also give that money as a loan to the borrowers. They can lend it on the basis of interest basis. So large farmers are rich farmers. They provide loans to the borrowers or small farmers, and they hire the capitals. They get their work, agricultural work, done with the help of laborers, and they pay them in the form of cash or kind. So capital is needed in the farming, that is borrowed by small farmers and that is lended by large farmers. So here we have come to the second point, that is in contrast to the small farmers, the medium and large farmers have their own savings for the from the farmings, and they are thus able to arrange all the capitals needed. They do not need to borrow any money from any other person to arrange the capitals for farming. And you can see the difference between the small farmers and the large farmers of village Palampur. So here some activities are given. You can answer, you can fill all such blanks with the help of the given text also. Now the next topic is sale of surplus farm production. So after the production of any crop from the farms, what happens? Definitely consumption and sale of the surplus. The small farmers which cultivate their fields with the help of the arrangement of capitals by borrowing money from money lenders, large farmers and traders, they consume their produce for their family, and whatever the surplus amount is there with them, they sell out in the nearby market, so that they can raise some income and they can repay their loans, and they can arrange some other inputs or capital for the next turn of cultivation. So let's see what happens. Farmers have produced wheat on their land using the three factors of production. Wheat is harvested and production is complete. Now what do the farmers do with this wheat? The farmers remain with a part of the wheat for the family consumption, as I told you, and they sell the surplus wheat in the market. Small farmers like Savita and Govind's sons have little surplus wheat because their total production is small, and from this a very substantial share is kept for their own family needs. So it is the medium and large farmers who supply wheat to the market. Means small farmers do not supply enough wheat to the market, only very little amount they keep with themselves, and a very little amount of the wheat they supply to earn some money. But large farmers and the medium farmers really supply the surplus of the food to the market. So it is the medium and large farmer who supply wheat to the market, and you can see in picture number 1.1 that bullocks cart streaming into the market, each carrying loads of wheat. The traders at the market buy the wheat and sell it in further markets to shopkeepers in the towns and big cities. So in this way, this farm activity is completed. In the other examples, you can see that Tejpal Singh, who is a large farmer, and he has the surplus of 350 quintals of wheat. One quintal of something is equal to 100 kgs. So he has 350 quintals of wheat as surplus produce, and he sells it out in the market of Raiganj. Now Tejpal Singh, what does Tejpal Singh do with this earning? As I have already conveyed this message to you in my previous topic, that surplus amount of produce gives the extra income to large and medium farmers. That income is kept by the small, medium and large farmers to provide another phase of the capital, and also they provide loans to the borrowers. These borrowers may be laborers, these borrowers may be farm laborers or small farmers. They lend money on very high rate of interest. That is another method of income for these large and medium farmers. Like Tejpal Singh. Tejpal Singh has different sources of income. He earns money from the large fields, as well as he invests his income or his money in lending the money to the borrowers also. So some farmers might also use that savings to buy cattle, to buy trucks, to buy some farm implements, some tractors, or they use those savings buying some fixed capitals for next level of the development of agriculture. So in this way we have understood all such farm activities which are the important factors of the production in agriculture. So in the next topic we will discuss about non-farm activities in Palampur. Thank you.